I want to get a better phone system. My phone is great, but I now see what Apple does. I've always been a PC user, and I'm always going to be a PC user because I'm a computer gamer, and PC is user-friendly.
Yeah. It's designed to be easy, simple.
It's designed to be easy for the things that you need it to be on. If you want it to, say, surf the web, it's more challenging to the Mac than a PC. Mainly because the web is set up in a way that PC accesses it easier anyway. But if you want to work movies, Mac is the way to go.
Mac is the way to go. I used to take a class. We worked with iMovie and working with Photoshop and how to make old pictures look better again, stuff like that. So I have a little bit of a grasp. I only went there for a couple of months before I just upped and left. I wish I would have stayed, but I didn't. It definitely kickstarted a lot of stuff, and I was able to accomplish a lot of things because of that.
Right. Well,
and Mac made it so much more easier. I couldn't have done the stuff I could have done on a PC. I don't even think I ever owned a computer that could be able to use Photoshop properly.
One of my problems about getting started with all this is, again, I can't do it alone. I have so many ideas, but I also work well on creative flow. Me and you discussing an idea that leads to a better idea that leads to a better idea, and so on and so forth.
Yes, that's beautiful.
What we've done for how many nights now and not recorded it.
I know.
I think a truly enlightened person is constantly changing their opinion. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I changed, what's one thing I've changed? Let me think for a second. Oh, the main thing. Used to hate marijuana. Used to thought it hurt a lot of people. Because that was the information that I was fed. The DARE program, drugs bad. All drugs are bad. Say no to drugs.
Has really good.
It's
very, very good. The problem is our government's classification on what constitutes as an illicit drug. Now, we have shown...
It's easy to say this thing is a drug or this thing is bad when nobody knows
We have
this thing is bad or if
physical footage showing the benefits of marijuana. And yet, our government continues to classify it as one of the tops, as the same as heroin or cocaine.
It's not that it's classified as the same. It was actually classified as something that was worse, right?
Yeah, it was the highest.
It was worse than cocaine.
Do you know at one point this country used both hemp, cotton, and tree paper?
I heard the story about hemp paper. The people who were going to go into that business were actually in the capability of completely doing away with other paper businesses.
I don't believe
that's what I heard.
I believe hemp is just but one resource in a grand scheme of resources. To say, oh, we should go completely hemp is just as ignorant as saying, oh, we should never grow anything.
I don't think we should go completely hemp because there's a lot of things that we rely on currently
that people don't even know.
Could cause a very negative effect if we just do away with them instantly.
And people don't know because of misinformation.
Yeah. What is our main commodity for cutting down the rainforest? What do we use them for? Just lumber, paper?
Everything. A tree is literally one of the least wasted materials. Every bit of the tree is used in some way. The bark. Yeah, sure, you cut down a tree in this town and the bark is left at the ground. Oils are used to mix with other oils and make rubber. Again, nothing is wasted in this world. We have found a use for damn near everything.
What's the saying?
On wintergreen gum, there's a thin layer of dust on the wintergreen gum. A little white dust. Do you know what that is?
I believe you told me cement?
Concrete dust.
Concrete dust. And it's used to preserve the flavor for an extended period of time.
Yes.
That's something I never knew.
But why? A piece of gum's half-life is like 100 years.
But the flavor.
the flavor is negligible. It doesn't last that long. So is it really that important? We already know the benefits of gum. Gum is very useful. It's the best floss you can use. The harder the gum, the better the floss. It strengthens your bones and your gums.
My dad chews bubble gum all the time. All the time.
I do chew
He's got
bubble
good
gum.
teeth.
That's my choice. It's like I have all these flavors, and I do like my mint, but bubble gum is my favorite.
Chews it all the time. He's got good teeth. He uses it for his earwax as well. He takes it whenever it's dried out and he just dabs in his ear a bunch of times and clears his ears.
And other people might consider that completely disgusting. But he's done with it. That's not going to go back in his mouth. That's going to go in the trash.
Yeah,
He's now created a Q-tip. Now, yes, to me, that's like, but
it's not.
But is it really?
No, it's just something he does, and
Yeah.
he doesn't put it back in his mouth. He goes in the trash. But
And really, in my opinion, if he put it back in his mouth, is it really our right to judge him on it?
no.
I mean, we're not forced to put it in our mouth. There are people going around building pallet houses within a weekend's time for homeless people. We could do that.
There's a couple of reasons why there's probably not a lot of it going on here.
There's a lot of homeless here.
I don't see much passion or caring.
All it takes is one or two guys, man.
We need to save this city.
Do you know this has been done before? Okay, and this isn't the
It's
only
been done
location.
close to here. It's been done near. I didn't know this.
No. Let me explain to you, okay? There's a place, an apartment complex. Okay, my grandmother explained to me this, and I think she had pictures, but I'm not positive. I was a kid when I remember the story, so some parts may be messed up. But look, after the war, people used whatever they could find to build these scrap. It was like a refugee camp.
I've seen shanty towns before. I've never seen one.
This
in
was
the
in like
state.
the 1940s.
Growing up, how I thought about it, you have apartments and you have houses. Houses were like the end tier. Oh, I bought a house. Now I can start a life
Yeah.
and do what I want. I always saw apartments as a means of making it easier to be able to get there.
Here's what apartments were supposed to be. In my opinion, this is what apartments should have been. We couldn't own land everywhere.
There's too many people.
There's just not enough land. I mean, there's plenty of land, but there's just not enough feasibility of that land. Towns were getting massive. It was harder to control. I always felt that apartments should be the concept of owning land. You own that space of land. Even though it's not the land that you're on, it's the sky that you're on. But you've created the land that you walk on. That is your land.
The problem is we're still stuck in the concept the only land that there is land, the soil, the one that's natural, and that
Well,
we didn't have unnatural.
the biggest reason
create.
that is the soil is life.
Understood, but soil can be moved.
That's what I'm saying. There's these designs for like hotels and stuff in other countries because they have different rules that allows them for bigger exploration, big risks, but massive reward. There's a house. It's like a community, and I think Google is one of the few ones that are working towards the utopia. Google building is a community. Those people need never leave that building, ever in their life. Everything is brought to them. Their housing is there, their food court is there, their internet is there, their schools are there. Everything is there in one building. And it's working.
Google
Why?
is planning on doing this, or Google is doing it?
Google is doing it.
They aren't the first ones to
They're
do
not the
this
first
stuff.
ones to do it, but they're the first ones to have lasted this long doing it. Did you know Google has an underground to it? Just as vast as it is up top? Google's an art. Google's a fallout shelter. And we don't even know it.
It sounds more like the Institute.
But they're
The
doing it
Institute.
right. Google's main thing is that no idea is wrong.